All right, so this is where we last left off, right? We slowly started eliminating colors out of the way. So in this case, we eliminated the colors and calculations in the middle here because you don't necessarily need to do it, but at least keep in mind, like when you are doing your calculations, that are your numbers matching up? Okay, so in this case, right, so that's where we are. Right now we're doing LIFO, right? Notice how like every single color that we're doing here, you're doing yellow, then green, then blue every time because we are using LIFO. We are selling our last batches that we purchase, and then we slowly eliminate whatever is left over. So in this case, every time you make a purchase, you're going to restart your point of where you're going to be taking your inventory out from, okay? So in this case, right, we left off with 100 units, and that's exactly where we're going to start off for our second section here, where it says right here, number 2, you're going to continue from above. Your inventory is Perpetual, and it is LIFO. Okay, so again, on May 31st, you should have a total of 100 units on hand, which that was correct, right? It was 100 units at $3.10, giving you a grand total of $310. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry that over into my inventory here on hand. I can go ahead and put the date here so I can know that this came from my previous inventory worksheet. I have 100 units left at $3.10, which is currently at $3.10. Okay, and I can also go ahead and do my running balance. Okay, so I'll do that right here so that I know how many items I have on hand at all times. So equal sum. So I have 100 units right now at a grand total of $310. Okay, and I'm even going to highlight this because, again, we'll keep the colors for this one, and then when we go into the third chapter or third section, we'll eliminate colors completely. Okay, so there you go. This was the batch that we carried on from June 5th, or May 5th, excuse me. Okay, and we had 100 units left remaining. Okay, so let's see what happened first. Okay, so June 5th, you end up purchasing 800 units for $4 each with a freight of $100. So, June 5th, we are going to skip the cost of goods sold here because we purchased 800 units at $4 each with a freight of $100.
So you're gonna have 3,200 and plus 100, so you're gonna be it's gonna be 3,300.
$3,300, and my cost per item this time is going to be
$4.13.
$4, and remember, this is 12.5 cents. Okay, so, okay, good. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer that over into my inventory on hand. Okay. And let's go ahead and continue on with our color scheme. So in this case, let's do yellow again, since the first one is red. So in this case, right, you can keep the color schemes as long as you don't have the same colors in the same worksheet. You should be fine. Okay. So now I have a second batch of yellow for 800, and now that gives me a grand total of 900 units available to sell. Okay. So let's see what happened first, or second. So then June 7 rolls around, and you end up selling 350 units. 350 units. on June 7th. Okay, so in this case, which batch of inventory am I going to take out from?
Yellow.
You're going to take out from yellow at 4 and 12.5 cents. Okay, hold on, let me expand these because these have to be. Okay, so in this case, if I sold 350 units at 4 and 12.5 cents, how much is my total cost of goods sold?
Okay, 1443.75.
Good. Okay, 14.43 and 75 cents. So now let's go ahead. This is the yellow batch of inventory, right? So now let's go ahead and eliminate that from my yellow batch. So if I started with 800 units and I just sold 350, how much should I have left?
450.
450. Now let's take a look. I'm currently at 3,300 minus the 14.43.75. I should end with 25 cents. And is that true? Yes, I'm at 1856.25 for 450 units. So therefore, I have 550 units left remaining in my batch of inventory. Okay. So then let's see what happened next. June 10. We end up purchasing 750 units at $4.25 with a freight of $75.
Okay, you should have 3187.50.
3187.50 plus 75.
3262.50.
3262.50, which will give you a cost per item of
$4.35.
yes, and I believe this went in evenly. Cool. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and add this into my inventory, right? Because now I have a third batch of inventory for 750 units. Excuse me, $4.35, giving me $3,262.50. And let's color code this to be green. Excuse me. There you go. Okay. So then let's see what happened now. Now I have 3 batches of inventory. Excuse me. Okay. So let's see what happened next. June 10, you end up selling 450 units. Okay.
It's coming out to green.
It's going to come out of green, right? Because remember, every single time we make a purchase, we're going to start all over down at the bottom, right? It's the latest one. So in this case, June. Was it June 15 or June 12th? June 12th, you sold 450 units. And this time, right, since we just recently purchased our green batch of inventory, we're going to eliminate it from that one. Okay, so which is currently at $4.35, right? Now,
Right.
What's my grand total cost of goods sold?
$1957.50.
Good.
And you got 300 left in your inventory out of that 750.
Good. Okay. So again, now we're at 850 units left. So let's see what happened next. June 15, you end up selling another 500 units.
So you're going to use the 300 out of the green. And out of the yellow, you're going to take out 200.
Okay, so in this case, green was $4.35, which we already know since we're going to eliminate the entire thing. That's going to be for that $13.05. Okay. So in this case, I can go ahead and eliminate this entire batch. So then now I have to dip into yellow. What's my cost per item for my yellow?
$4.13.
And then now what's my total cost of goods sold here if I sold 200 units at $4.12.5?
$826.
Eight 820. See, so you rounded up. So in this case, 825.
25.
And then this one belongs to my yellow batch of inventory. Okay. So therefore, I need to update my inventory because I no longer have 450. 450 minus 200, I should have 250 units left. Okay. So in this case, my grand total for selling 500 units is going to be $2,130 even. All right, so I only have 2 batches of inventory left. My green batch has been completely eliminated. Okay, so let's see what's next. June 20th, you purchased 600 units at 405 with a freight of 20. 600, 405, and 20.
Okay, that'll be 2430.
Plus 20.
And that'll be 2450. And $4.08.
Good. And I'm going to carry this batch of inventory into my inventory on hand. So I'm going to have 600 units at 405, 3333333. Okay. And I'm going to color code this blue. Okay. So then, okay, so let's see what happened next. June 22nd, you sold 250 units. June 22nd, you sold 250 units.
So the 250 is going to come out of the blue?
Yes, it's going to come out of the blue at $4.8333. So in this case, what's my grand total cost of goods sold if I sold 250 units at 4.083? 8, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Um, 1020.83.
1020.83. Now in this case, since this came from the blue batch, I need to update my inventory, so I no longer have 600. I sold 250, so how much should I have left?
350.
350 at 14.29 and 17 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So now I still have 3 batches of inventory remaining, giving me a grand total of 700 units. Okay. So then after June 22nd, June 25th again rolls around, and you have a grand total of 350 units that you purchase at $4.35 with a freight of $50. Okay.
Okay, 1522.50.
I think that was sorry. That was 350, right? We purchased
Yeah,
350 at 435. Okay, so 1522.50 plus 50.
1572.50.
Good. Which will give me my cost per item of.
$4.49.
Okay, so in this case, it's $4.49286. So let's go ahead and add that last batch of inventory in here. So I got another 350. Okay, at this right here, and I'm gonna color code this. Let's color code it orange since that's a color I haven't used yet. Okay. So now I have a total of 4 batches of inventory available to sell at $10.50. Okay. So then now let's see what is the last thing here. On June 27, we end up selling 550 units, leaving us at the end of June to have 500 units remaining. So 550 units. So in this case, using the rules of LIFO, which batch am I going to take out from first? So I have a total of 4 batches available to sell.
Okay, you're gonna do the orange. You're gonna take all of the orange.
All of the orange for 350 units at this 449, which we already know what that calculation is, right? We're going to be
Right.
eliminating all 1577 or 1572, excuse me. Okay. So in this case,
And,
go ahead.
and then you're gonna take 200 out of the blue.
200 out of the blue. So in this case, 200 out of the blue. What is that going to give you?
816.67.
Yep. 816.67. So again, that should give you your grand total of 550 units at a grand total cost of goods sold to be $2,389.17. So now let's update my inventory. So I have 350 minus I sold 200. So that should leave me with the remaining balance of how many items do I have left in this blue batch?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, 350 minus 200, you should have 150 left. So now you have 3 batches of inventory, right? You got the red one for 100, the yellow one for 250, the blue one at 150. So therefore, you should have a total of 500 units left, which is true, right? June 30th, you should have had a total of 500 units left at a grand total of $1,953.75. So in this case, when you carry over to your next inventory, you're going to carry these 3 exact batches over into the new inventory worksheet. And that is it for today. As you can see, we started eliminating all of our batches. So as soon as we purchase one, we start changing our thought process and start eliminating the latest one first. So in this case, instead of being consistent, right, and taking out from the previous batch from the previous one, right? We always kept taking the latest ones, which is this is how you do LIFO. Okay. All right. Any questions in regards to LIFO?